Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Maverick Midnight Matinee. Welcome back, Maverick family, and new viewers wherever you may be around the world. Tonight, we have a hidden gem. The Lost Missile, produced in 1958, and this is a movie that also has a Canadian connection, at least Canadian references all through it. The Canadian Air Force jumps into action and helps save the world. You'll see. You'll see. We're thrilled to have you join us for this journey back to 1958 with The Last Missile, a suspenseful Cold War sci-fi thriller that's packed with atomic-era tension. As we dive into this hidden gem, we'll be exploring the anxiety of the nuclear age, the era's fascination with technology, and how these fears were reflected in films like this one. The Last Missile tells the story of an unstoppable missile, a mystery missile that threatens to obliterate cities across the globe. And only a small group of scientists can try to prevent the disaster. It's a chilling, fast-paced ride with a unique blend of sci-fi and real-world fear. It also gives us a sense of what society was like at that time, and even a glimpse into the mindset, the perception that other countries, especially the United States, Americans had about Canada and our military at the time. So grab your popcorn, get ready for some thrilling atomic age excitement. And don't forget to participate in the chat, share your thoughts as we work our way through this movie. You can share your ideas, your reflections, your theories, even your conspiracy theories if you want, as we break down this film. So let's get started, shall we? Right now with The Lost Missile. I'm scared already. So this was originally directed by William Burke, but then he died during production, and this was completed by his son, Lester William Burke. That's why at times you'll see that the production values maybe shift a little bit from one scene to the next, but it also kind of makes it a unique piece of cinema history. And this is kind of like a monster movie, but it doesn't really have an organic monster. The monster in this case is this missile, this wayward missile that has origins unknown. Oh, there's the missile right there. But where did it come from?
The world is 1 minute away from the start of a hydrogen war. 12:01 North Europe time. A blazing unidentified missile-like object appears on a foreign sky search TV screen. Origin unknown. Countdown on their Hunter-type rocket. This rocket is designed to track, find, destroy. 3, 2, 1. Стреляй! The terrible object has been diverted into an orbit by the explosion. It streaks across the northern curve of the Earth at an altitude of only 5 miles.
Way too close for comfort.
A wild missile loose on the surface of the Earth, burning a track 5 miles wide below it. It is morning in New York, a busy spring morning. In suburban New York is the great Havenbrook Atomic Laboratory. Top military research is conducted here. A 5 billion volt atom smasher is the heart of Havenbrook. This is Joe, A solid fuel rocket built to carry a hydrogen warhead, mightiest weapon in the world.
Hi, honey, I'm home from work. What'd you do today? I was just working on the hydrogen
The
bomb.
warhead is still to be done.
Oh, that's nice.
The man responsible for the warhead, David Loring. His assistant, Joan Wood. This is their wedding day.
Oh, honey,
Wedding day? Aw.
Jove is almost finished. Wouldn't you rather wait?
I'd rather have a wedding than lunch any day.
Uh-huh. Me too. Maybe not this
Lunch
day.
hour isn't very romantic.
Could be, if you
David.
just loosen up a little.
Every time we set a date, a new project comes along. First, there were the nuclear vectors. Then we had to perfect the new metal for the third stage of Jove.
Yeah.
Now, a hydrogen warhead.
You know how important it is?
Yes, I know. But so are we.
Yeah, it's time to go ballistic, baby.
Couldn't we stop thinking about all this for just a little bit?
Beats me how a girl so used to facts in her work can't get used to them in her private life.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
Look at us. We fall in love over coffee at midnight. We work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
David, I meant it when I said we get married today or not at all.
Well, good thing we got machines to do some work around here. You got the figures in the warhead ready yet, Dave?
They sure are.
Look, kids, I hate to do this, but I can't get away now.
Oh,
How can we get married without a best man? We'll be back in an hour.
we're serving sandwiches on the way back.
The big brass from the Pentagon are in with the boss right now. Where are the figures, Dave?
1 hour
Here they are.
speedy marriage.
You'll have to explain them yourself. Joan hasn't had a chance to make up a report yet. They're just out of the computer, and we're getting out of here right now.
Good luck, kids.
Thanks, Joe. Oh, by the way, the third stage of Jove was completed this morning.
I don't like the way Joe looks. Doesn't he ever sleep?
He's working too hard. Maybe when his child is born, he'll take a vacation.
They're going to
Come,
get
let's go.
hitched. Here's the Rooskies.
Command to fire missiles is halted. Computer's top urgency report indicates object not from any American base. But its origin is still unknown.
Who's probably alien.
The wild missile boils across the Bering Sea toward the North American continent.
There's Kanukistan. What the heck is that? Alien flying missile dude. Oh no. What happened there?
Continental Air Defense Command, called CONAD. This is the center of the security and defense of the United States against attack from air or space.
Only one person
The eyes
actually
of
works, all the
American
rest are there
continental
just look
defense
good.
Are radar eyes. They
Military's
search for
budgets,
1,000 miles or more, from Texas towers anchored far out in the Atlantic, from radar planes on Pacific patrol, from picket ships on continuous duty. The farthest outposts of CONAD's watching eyes are the North Canada radar stations called Dew Line, distant early warning line.
It's cold as ever outside. How's it going?
Oh, it's quiet.
Hey, what the heck is this?
Scandinavian Airlines Flight 576, isn't it?
That's Flight 576.
I
It's
don't
90
think
degrees
so.
on course. I better call the patrol plane and check.
Wow.
This is Keyhole Advance to Spyglass 7. Come in, Spyglass 7.
Hello. Spyglass 7 over to Mothership.
Spyglass 7 to Keyhole Advance. Come in. You've got a UFO at 90 degrees west on your course.
A UFO? Are you crazy? There's no such thing. These guys. Well, I'll go check it out. Probably from Mars. Another one.
This is no Scandinavian Airlines flight.
What do you mean?
This thing's traveling at 4,000 miles an hour.
4,000.
4,000
Call
miles.
Spyglass 7. Have him get on his television camera. Keyhole Advance to Spyglass 7. Transmit UFO on your television camera. Over. This is Spyglass 7.
Transmitter ready.
Get the still camera. Connav wants some pictures of this.
I'm online with a TV camera. The sky's getting bright.
He has it on interception course.
You know, 4,000
picture.
miles an hour is hypersonic speed. That's a
Police
hypersonic
bypass
missile.
Come in.
Probably came from the future. Like around 2024. Can't hit it, dude. It's going too fast. Dude, that's not 4,000 miles an hour. Well, it's 1958. Speeds were different back then.
Pete, come in. Wire that picture to Conrad and hurry. Yes, sir. Red ball to Conrad.
UFO 400 miles from due line. Keyhole advance. Latitude 64 degrees, 22 minutes. Longitude 148 degrees and 15 minutes. Altitude less than 5 miles. Speed over 4,000 miles per hour.
Holy
Repeat,
smokes.
over 4,000 miles per hour. Picture
Yeah.
will be transmitted to you immediately.
Hypersonic is 3,836 miles per hour.
We can have it sized down for you in less than 2 hours.
These two are ready to go hypersonic.
Very nice.
There's one other here that I like.
Maybe.
Honey, for Pete's sake, just get one that fits. It isn't very important.
It isn't very...
Dude! Wrong thing to say, man.
I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
David, I just don't seem to understand you. What's so important at the
Me
lab
either.
that we can't take a few extra minutes and go to another store and find a ring that fits? There's really nothing as important to you as your work, is there?
Not really.
Me, you are as important to me as my work.
David, you win. We're not getting married today.
All right,
Right.
if you say so, but we've also got to
Forever.
get back to work.
Don't
You
even
jerk.
care?
Of course I care. And you're also a scientist.
Yes, then I'm a woman.
She has needs.
Well, you're misinterpreting everything I say.
Well,
No,
if
she's not.
we decide to miss lunch and get married, fine. But all you can think about is a hydrogen warhead. Well, I'm sick of it. I guess I was
Me too.
expecting you to insist. To drag me off to the church, not back to the lab. Well, marry your hydrogen warhead. But I'm quitting my job, David. You'll have to find somebody else for both marriages.
Dude, you blew it. Dummy. He ain't getting no nookie tonight.
She seemed a little upset.
Huh,
Yes,
you think?
It was.
At Conad, reports from Dewline take precedence over all else.
So there's a confirmed report of a UFO with the characteristics of a missile.
Check the Canadian defense officer.
Give me the Canadian defense officer.
We have a confirmed report of a UFO with the characteristics of a guided missile.
Royal
Why are they-
Canadian Air Force jets
why are they
ordered into
playing
the sky to
Scrabble?
intercept.
They're playing Scrabble. What is that? Giant Scrabble.
Fighters have not intercepted rockets since the defense of London in World War II. The missile is only 5 miles up, but these flyers do not know of its million-degree heat.
Got any more figures? Yes, sir. Speed 4078 miles per hour. Altitude 24,200. Vector unchanged.
Photos on its way, sir.
The UFO is definitely a missile. Photo's on its way. That's about all. I hope you can stop it. I figure we've got about 2 minutes left.
Put me through to keyhole advance.
Oh, they got a picture of the hypersonic missile. Whoa, look at that.
Vector unchanged. Speed remains static, 4078 miles per hour.
Keyhole advance doesn't respond, sir.
Thank God there was a keyhole advance.
Predicted course over Great Slave Lake, west shore of Hudson Bay. Pass to Ottawa. Latitude 38 degrees, longitude 75 degrees. Directly over metropolitan New York.
Conant to the
Uh-oh.
Pentagon. The Joint Chiefs of Staff are called to an emergency meeting. The first responsibility of these men is 175 million American lives. They have a second responsibility to advise the president in the event of war.
Pentagon puts all American forces on yellow alert and get ready for red alert.
Dave? Dave?
Hello, Joe.
Hotline just opened to the Pentagon. Red hot, situation yellow.
Anybody know why?
Why? Whoever knows why or what. Your section is to keep an open line to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Now, there are about 10 sections at the lab on that open line. What's wrong?
Joan?
Oh, I forgot. Congratulations. Where is the bride?
She decided I was in love with a hydrogen warhead, not a woman. No
Which
wedding,
is true.
no lunch.
Doesn't she understand? Doesn't she know we're in a boat headed for Niagara Falls and you're trying to stop us?
She knows.
But she don't
But she
care.
doesn't want to believe. Who does?
Joe, what happened?
The Honeymoon Express got derailed, Joe.
I heard.
Practice drill again?
Maybe not.
That's the alert to drown the atomic pile. Must be practice drill.
I've got to get to my station. Joe, let me say something about David. It's the job. It gets all of us. We have no other life. Maybe we want no other life. I don't know. Oh, look
They're
at-
nerds.
My wife is having a baby. It's due today. I should be at her side. I think they can't do without me here for a day. Well, can't they? It's crazy. I don't know anymore whether I should be with my wife or my job.
Go home, Joe. Ella needs you.
Listen to that bell.
Before the
don't
world
think it's
ends.
practice.
Joe's never seen this bed jacket. I wouldn't wear it until afterwards. Where is Joe? He should be here by now.
He's
Don't
saving
worry
the
about Joe.
world.
He's always on time. He'll be here. Drive
No,
me
he
to the
won't.
hospital and... Oh,
Oh,
darling.
no.
Stand here.
Ah.
"5 minutes apart. I just hope he isn't held up in traffic.
I'll call Havenbrook and see what time he left.
I'm afraid there aren't many minutes left.
David. Is it war?
I don't know. We're alerted to drown the atomic pile on 2 minutes' notice, and I've got to disassemble the Jove warhead. There are two things at Havenbrook that could wipe out 10 square miles of New York. The atomic pile and the warhead for this missile. It's a safety precaution
Safety precaution. Against what?
against being hit by something.
That's why she was a scientist,
The
doesn't
warhead
she
room.
know?
Please stay by the phone.
David. I'm sorry I behaved the way I did.
I don't know how much time there is, and I can't even phone her.
Well, Joe, you've got to get to her.
She's waiting for me to bring the car to take her to the hospital. She doesn't trust anyone else to take her. And the place is frozen. Who would have thought a thing like this could happen on a day like this? Nothing comes in or goes out of Havenbrook. And no phone calls.
Let me try. This is priority call, Joan Woods, X27 section. David Lauren's assistant.
I tried that. The generals called me Mr. Freed, but I couldn't get through.
Dr. Freed's wife is due to have her baby today. She's waiting for a husband. Anne, look, I know it's a violation, but, well...
Breaking the
Dr. Freed's wife is
rules.
due to have her baby today.
I explained that. It didn't do any good.
Joe? Good girl. Okay.
Ella?
Just needed a woman's touch. I'm afeard of the women,
Ella?
too.
Oh, darling, please hurry.
Tell your mother. Ella. Ella, can you hear me?
Joe? Joe?
I was talking to... Hello.
It's a violation. You're fired.
Yeah, this is Joe.
And you're going to the gulag
Yes, sir.
because you broke the rules. Nerd.
Mother, we were cut off.
I thought you'd be with Ella.
Building's frozen. I got a rush call to get over here. What is it?
I don't know. I was called from the hot lab. Something big.
Gentlemen, these are seconds of utter urgency. This is Scrambler Circuit Sage, an object now over Canada headed for New York. This photograph was taken 5 minutes ago. Speed, 4,200 miles an hour. Altitude, slightly
4,200?
under 5 miles.
Why, it would burn up.
It hasn't.
Looks like atomic or hydrogen drive.
We believe it to be hydrogen.
That would make a temperature of over 1 million degrees.
Whoa, that's hot.
That's impossible.
A high automagnetic field can't be projected from such a missile without any damage to itself from the heat.
At this moment, groups in every rocket and atomic installation are looking at this picture. Out of this combined knowledge, we recommend to the President our guess.
Well, our information is that the Soviet designs are highly different.
I've never seen this direction of design before. It's nothing like ours.
Any contradictions? Mr. President, the Havenbrook staff cannot identify design. You men will be evacuated at once. We cannot afford to lose you. This rocket will pass over New York in 63 minutes, destroying it.
War today means two things: immediate defense, immediate retaliation. A war may last only an hour. In that hour, 30 million people could be killed. SAC, the Strategic Air Command. The world's mightiest aircraft, based in England, Spain, North Africa, Greenland, and the United States. "7 minutes since the first flash from Conad. After Pearl Harbor, it took us months to get ready for war. Against attack by missiles, we have only minutes. There may be no tomorrow. There may be no this afternoon. 8 minutes now since the first alarm. Hundreds of radar stations around the curve of the Earth are searching for additional flying objects. Contact is being made with all foreign powers to identify the source of the wild missile.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of State's press conference for today has been canceled. Oh. No questions, please. I'm terribly sorry. Thank you very much for coming, but no questions.
John,
I said no questions, Young.
in 15 minutes, I go on the network. 30 million people watch me. What do I tell them?
No comment.
I have requested the President to wait 15 minutes until replies from the other nations have been received. Any report on additional missiles?
No, Mr. Secretary.
Any report from CIA on sudden military activity on the part of European or Asian nations?
No, Mr. Secretary.
A missile over Alaska. And I must give the President the recommendation of the State Department on immediate retaliatory action.
What's the danger? What? That's what I want to know.
I said no comment.
I'm going to tell the whole country that 10 million people are going to die.
If you use one word of what you just said, just one word, I can promise you won't stay in Washington.
These are from London and Peiping, sir, received 4 minutes ago. We're still decoding Paris and Tokyo. You should have them in 3 minutes.
That's censorship.
Well, the foreign ministries deny any hostile action. All of them disclaim knowledge of the UFO, now over Canada. What about Russia?
Scrambler circuit to the ambassador at Moscow. Yes? Yes, Mr. President. It's the President, sir.
Yes, Mr. President. I'm waiting to hear from our ambassador in Moscow, Mr. President. I shall inform our ambassador, Mr. President. The Premier of the Soviet Union has just phoned the President. Origin of the giant missile is unknown.
Sir, are you all right?
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I was just praying.
Look like crying.
Praying that these are honest men.
These Canadian jets are moving at 1,200 miles per hour.
Go ahead, what's the wind?
F-102 Delta Daggers. That's what those are.
Launch is 30, turning on course to investigate. Over.
Ottawa, capital of Canada. 200,000 people go about their everyday business. Our parliament is in session, her children in school.
Those were the days.
Ottawa is under a yellow alert. Federal Civil Defense, Washington, D.C.
Just like
Warning
on
is
Star
sent
Trek.
out to Eastern Seaboard Civil Defense agencies. Prepare for total disaster.
Prepare for total disaster. Is that an official
New
warning?
York is notified. Plan A of civil defense set in motion. Air raid wardens are alerted. Traffic goes under control. Hospitals prepare. Evacuation of the city begins.
Joe, what are you doing home?
There isn't much time. Fill the bathtub, the sink, and every pot you've got with water. And if you hear a siren, turn the current to the house off the main switch.
Yeah, Millie.
Well, I don't know what it's all about, but maybe we better hurry over to the supermarket.
Goodbye, Millie. And keep off of the phone. No calls, no loading up at the supermarket. Stay in the house and keep the radio going.
Yes, Jimmy. Why'd you have to call me? You know I always sleep late. What? No. Yes!
Yes, dear.
See that CD, the civil
Yes,
defense
right away.
thing on his
What's
helmet?
going on?
That was a thing for a long time. Now civil
Go
defense
get Danny and hurry. What for? Don't ask what
has
for.
been replaced by
Don't you
emergency
ever let them
management
go?
and Homeland Security.
LaGuardia Airport stops all commercial and private air activity.
LaGuardia Tower to all aircraft. All incoming flights are rerouted to Philadelphia. LaGuardia Tower to all aircraft.
All flights are temporarily canceled. All flights are temporarily canceled.
Civil defense measures take priority all over the city. These men started an ordinary day's work. They are no longer employees of the wrecking company. They are soldiers and officers of civil defense. Theirs is the most important job of any right now. Red Cross blood banks have been notified that areas surrounding New York City will need an estimated 4 million pints of blood.
There's the big bandit. I've never seen anything like it on the scope before.
This is Green Line. A UFO looking like the lost missile has appeared on the radar scope at the station. Canadian jets are within 250 miles of interception.
Don't forget to take these, darling.
Number 3 car is ready, sir. But there's no priority for Miss Wood.
Then there's no priority for me.
Come ahead, Dr. Loring.
I'm staying.
David, even Joe Freed on the day his baby may be born has no choice.
Joe Freed's baby.
General, fire!
We can use Jove.
Jove's not ready.
Except for the warhead, Jove is ready.
That would take 10 days. We've got less than an hour.
I can put it together in 20 minutes and get to the base in 20 more.
David, get in your car.
Sir, I can use a baby warhead.
A baby warhead?
Use just the trigger atomic fuse. Sir, it's the only missile we've got that can get through that heat fast enough and at least have a chance with an atomic explosion.
David, there is a chance. Take these, I'm staying here. You're right. Jove can search it out with his own guiding device at 5,000 miles an hour.
Did he say that their missile's going to fly at 5,000 miles an hour? I don't think so. They haven't developed hypersonic technology yet. Ooh.
Canadian jets are 2 minutes from interception.
Yeah, good luck, man. That thing's flying awful fast for a jet like yours.
"90 seconds to interception. They are 30 miles apart. sky. Report negative. Report negative. There's no radar trace of the Canadian jets. Bandit missile continues on previous vector.
What do the computers say?
Predicted course is vector.
Show it on the map, please.
They just used the
map.
Canuckstanians as
Followed course across northern
missile
Canada,
fodder.
past Great Slave Lake, the Coppermine River, along the southern shore of Hudson's Bay. Its course lies directly through Ottawa, the Adirondacks, and into New York City.
She has a future on Wheel of Fortune.
Found this man trying to hide. He belongs in car number 5.
I won't be any good anymore anyway, General. My wife's having a baby today.
All right, guard, pass this man outside. I'll start the countdown and clear you through.
Yes, sir.
What's your job? I stand at a blackboard at the nuclear place and I point at things on the chalkboard with a big stick.
Ottawa is on a red alert. You
Uh-oh.
will obey all police and civil defense officers. Take shelter. All persons will proceed to evacuation areas wherever possible.
If this were to happen today, people would be like, F you, make me.
Take shelter. Obey your civil defense warden. Obey your civil defense warden. Ottawa is on a red alert.
Oh no, run for your lives!
As of now, I'm putting the East Coast on red alert. Issue the orders.
Air Force Command.
As soon as possible, advise.
Red alert. Scramble interceptors for attack on enemy missile. Instruct pilots, stay a minimum of 5 miles distance, utilize full firepower.
Sage is notified. From here go the orders to the fighter squadrons that will take to the air against the missile from hell.
Give me the intelligence.
Give me the radio room. This city is in the path of a runaway missile. In 2 minutes, the governor of the state will be on every TV and radio station to declare martial law. You men know what to do in Situation Red. This is Situation Red.
8 million people go underground. New Yorkers have been conditioned by practice alerts. They know what to do.
Turn off your electricity and gas. Fill pots and pans with water. Obey your civil defense wardens. This is Conrad. Stay tuned to this station.
I'm Bill Bradley.
Yes, I know who you are.
Is the report true, Governor?
Yes, the missile will be over Ottawa in 51 minutes. Over New York, 6 minutes later.
Can we intercept it?
2 flights of Canadian rocket fighters have already been burned out of the air. If everything else fails, I don't know.
How can we evacuate 10 million people?
Well, I don't know, but we can at least try to get the children out.
Are you going to declare martial law?
I must, and right now.
Martial law? People hate that.
That when my cousin says go, 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 she really means no, no. Excuse me. I've just been informed that we're about to switch to a special bulletin. Please, keep this in mind. So long as you have your faith, you'll be alive and well. So keep your faith. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of your state.
Please, listen carefully. To ensure your safety, I have declared martial law. Now, there is no war, nor any danger of war. There is, however, some danger from a flying object which may approach New York City. You will obey all police and civil defense orders for your own safety. As an additional precautionary measure, children will be taken from schools to protected areas.
I got orders to get over here as quick as I could.
Irving.
I got to be back by 4 to watch TV.
We'll talk about it later.
Jerry! Jerry!
Oh, darling. I won't let them take you away. Now, look, don't cry, darling. Don't cry. Please let Jerry come with us.
No. No, I'm afraid I'll never see him again.
Please, don't scare the children.
I'll let him come along. This is the ball. We're going out to the country.
Buses like this one are picking up school children all over the city. Each driver prays that someone is doing the same for his children. Save the young.
Walk. Do not run to your nearest shelter. Walk. Do not run to your nearest shelter.
You will be directed by civil defense wardens. Do not panic. It increases the danger. I repeat, do not panic.
Good job, Governor. So basically, he goes on television and says, okay, it's time for everyone to panic. And then you get this.
Further trains will leave Manhattan. Do not panic. Do not go into the streets. Stay underground. At Havenbrook
laboratory, David Loring is preparing the baby warhead. These metal fingers reach for the man-made element, plutonium. Its radiation is the deadliest known. This warhead will be equal in destructive power to 100,000 tons of TNT.
Holy smokes.
Not so fast, Ella. Be careful, darling.
Mrs. Freed, we thought you had gone to the hospital already.
Her husband was supposed to come. What happened with the husband, Mrs. Freed?
He's a loser.
On such a day.
He's just a
Forgive me for
nerd.
saying, but nothing
Married to his job. It's a wonder she even got, you know, in that condition. What time does the milkman come around? Just asking.
What does it matter when he gets here? How do we know we'll be here to greet him?
Harold, you shouldn't be so pessimistic.
Pessimistic. I'm being optimistic. I believe this whole pile of bricks is going to be wiped out. That's the only optimistic thought I've had since I got this job. Did you hear anything new?
The last bulletin only repeated, get off the streets and go to a shelter.
Oh, my radio. I forgot.
No. We'll be snug as a bug in a rug here.
Why do we have to be snug as a bug here in the basement?
So you don't get blown to bits.
Oh, Mama, the pain.
Yeah.
What's the matter with the lady, Mama?
She's going to have a baby.
You mean here right now?
I think so, darling. You stay here, and I'll go and see if I can help.
Boil some water. That's what you do, right? You know, it's just boil some water. That's how you deliver a baby.
That's all right.
I saw it on TV and in a movie.
It's all right, Joe. The warhead is ready.
You can't use it.
What's the matter?
I know where that thing came from. It's more important than my wife and baby. It's more important than the whole city.
What do you mean you know where it came from?
It's not a missile.
You saw the picture of finned hydrogen-powered intercontinental missile.
Not intercontinental, Dave. Interplanetary.
A lost missile. That's not impossible, Joe, but right now we've got to destroy it before it destroys us.
You can't destroy it. It may have people in it. It's from another planet. We could make contact with them, talk to them. Think how important that would be to science, how important it would be to us.
I know how important it is to us right now.
I've got to stop you, Dave. I've got to...
Yeah. Get a hold of yourself. We need to kill those aliens.
This is Joe Base. The countdown is 30 minutes to 0. Now.
New York. Quiet. Waiting. Minutes left. Last line of defense. Nike missiles around New York are raised into firing position.
So some special effects, just kind of basic special effects, but also they mixed in a lot of
The computer could be wrong about the missile hitting New York.
This is one fact you've got to
real
face.
world
You've got to believe it.
footage, military footage.
Millions of people, David. I can't. It's too terrible.
It's hard to know that maybe you're going to die within the hour. Hard to understand. It's got to be faced without panic, possibly with some hope.
Of course, there they put a
been better not to
projection
tell them.
screen
Much
behind them in a
kinder.
studio. So
Let
it
them
looks
go
like
on
they're
just
driving.
enjoying a beautiful morning in New York, and at least they'd never know what hit them. Could Joe be right? A lost spaceship?
Certainly not impossible. No nation on Earth would fire such a missile. It would have to be a nation of homicidal maniacs.
We built Jove with a hydrogen warhead that can rip 500 square miles out of the Earth.
Got a few nations like that on the Earth, I think.
Today.
Our wedding day.
Jove will reach maximum velocity 1 minute after firing, and its shell will begin to burn.
Contact with the lost missile somewhere over Lake Champlain.
I hope.
This is Jove Base. Countdown is 25 minutes to 0. Now.
That's the Delta Dagger. The Connectistanians driving those
Phase 1,
CF-100s.
negative. Phase 2.
That's what my bill looks like at
The
the
missile
grocery
continues
store.
on its way to Ottawa. Counterattack by Hunter-type missile.
1, 0.
Phase 2, negative. Course and speed unchanged.
It's unstoppable.
Wait, was this sudden? Just when the wolf was gonna eat up Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm getting 30 children to safety, and I don't even know what's happening to my own.
Sydney, leave Sandra alone.
Miss Kelso, I'm holding up my hand.
When you think it's safe to stop.
Safe? Who knows where it's safe? I don't even know what's going on, except New York has had it.
Must be at least 2 million children in New York. I wonder how many will get out alive.
Everything we've passed has been loaded with children.
It's martial law. No cars leaving Manhattan unless it's carrying children. They must have planned it that way.
Oh, please let Jove do its job.
Wow, look at the Jeep go. Wow, hot rod Jeeps. That one had a big box in it. Probably treasure. Wow, look at that sports car go.
You crazy driver.
There are no children in that car. I thought only cars with children.
That's why he's burning up the road. Selfish, crazy coward.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Oh, man. That's gotta hurt.
Go ahead!
And now we'll give him a face. Un œil, 2 yeux, whoop, un nez, une bouche. And now he can smoke.
No man can smoke.
Oh, yes, he can. Look.
Look, Papa, look.
Look, it's the deadly super missile.
I don't know.
It's coming to melt your snowman.
Carol, come here. Into the cabin. Quick, quick, into the cabin. Quick.
Load up your snow, dude.
It's a very strong boy.
When will I be able to play with him, Mama?
Those
Soon,
were
my
great
darling.
toys.
Very soon.
I remember those.
Proud. He always wanted a boy. Mother, how does my bed jacket?
I'm so old.
Oh, it looks fine, Ella. Just fine.
I played with one of those.
How is she?
She's
Oh,
all right,
man.
Joe.
A boy, Joe. Our little boy.
To give a child minutes of life.
Mr. Freed, do you know?
A spaceship. A lost spaceship.
Can we stop it?
Can you stop the heat from the sun? Can you stop the tide? Or life?
The monster will not fall. It will go on and on until the entire planet of Earth is burned off like an apple being peeled. It will be over Great Britain on its 14th revolution. That means in 3 days, London will be in ashes. Stockholm 1 day. Paris 1 day. Rome 2 days. Moscow 4 days. The wild missile is now 400 miles from Ottawa.
Give me Conan.
Sir, that was Ottawa. In 7 minutes, El Paso, the city. New York City, 7 minutes later.
People have been sent to shelters. Many find their shelter in God.
This junk is through.
Yeah, well, I ain't about to try Walksville.
We take whatever comes along.
go as fast as I can.
That thing and back.
It's built to take shock.
Enough plutonium to blow up all of New York.
We're about 4 miles from the missile base.
A Jeep, no less. Come on. Hey, get that car out of the way!
Oh, no.
Stand back or I'll cut her.
Stop! There's a bomb in that case! Yeah.
We're doomed now.
This is Joe Base. The countdown is...
The Army announced that an intercepting missile carrying an atomic warhead and capable of approaching the Lost missile will shortly be launched. Stay tuned to this station. Deadly radiation. The lead shield of the box has been opened.
Stop! Stop! Please, stop!
Please give us a lift. It's urgent. I'm from Havenbrook Atomic Research. Our car was stolen.
Always room for a couple more.
Thank you very much.
Where? In that little sports rocket. He's got to sit up on thing. Why did they pick that car for this?
The countdown is 8 minutes to 0.
It's just...
There's the Jeep. Stop the car.
Why?
They've opened the
Why?
box.
David!
Don't go near there. There's radioactive material.
David, what are you
What's
doing?
your idea?
David!
Loring protects his eyes, but he has condemned himself to death.
Oh, no. No, really? He's sterile now. Go get yourself another dude. She'll die a virgin.
Stay back!
Oh, man. Yeah. It's a tragedy.
Joan Wood knows what plutonium radiation means. David Loring will die in minutes.
Oh, my God. This is
Ottawa
so
waits.
depressing.
A city ready to die.
Oh, the two lovebirds never get to consummate. Come on.
Nothing more can be done. Some
Shouldn't
may live,
smoke.
only to remember for the rest of their lives the most horrible moments of destruction man has ever known.
Duck and cover. Duck and cover. There it is. Oh, my God. Welcome to 1958. Should be safe there in the trash.
Ottawa is gone. Boiling cauldrons of steam, molten lava, twisted girders.
desolation. New York has 5 minutes.
Hello, hero.
I figured you'd stay. Gotta keep the juice going, huh, Max?
Most of the guys are staying for the finish.
This is Jove Base. The countdown is 4 minutes to 0. Now.
Dr. Loring is through the gate.
I don't think he really wanted to get married, to be honest with you. Hey, Antonio, I see you in the chat there. Howdy.
This is Jove Base. The countdown is 3 minutes to 0. Now.
Just
this is Jove Base. The countdown is 2 minutes to 0.
2 minutes. How's it going to get that thing
time.
installed in 2 minutes? And then launch the thing and intercept? Impossible. He's a jack of all trades. It takes 30 seconds just to put the thingy up there. Like, 2 minutes has already gone by, man. Like, it's movie time, though, so whatever.
This is Jove Base. The countdown is 30 seconds to 0. Now. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13,
Very dramatic.
12, 11,
Good movie,
10,
Death.
9,
You did a good job.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Cross your fingers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, he's dead. But he saved the world. He didn't want to marry that guy anyway. The end. Bum, 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 bum. And that was the lost missile. Wasn't that exciting? Oh man, times were sure different back then. 1958. The lost missile. Yeah, it remains eerily relevant in today's world, doesn't it? As global tensions escalate. So, in that film, we saw an unrelenting, unstoppable force that symbolized the Cold War, anxieties of the time of nuclear warfare. And as we now face growing conflicts, such as the war between Ukraine and Russia and the escalating violence between Hamas and Israel, the film serves as a sobering reminder of how quickly global conflict can spiral out of control. Seeing a lot of that kind of rhetoric today on both sides. Russia receiving 200 additional missiles, long-range missiles from North Korea. And on the other side, Ukraine getting permission to use NATO long-range missiles to attack targets inside Russia. So that conflict far from over, I would say. Just like the looming missile in the film, today's fears of nuclear retaliation are heightened as leaders like Putin and Biden have made veiled threats of nuclear action if the war in Ukraine escalates further with NATO's involvement. The film forces us to confront the destructive power of human-made weapons and the thin line between peace and annihilation. So in this movie, The Last Missile, the world scrambled to prevent catastrophe, much like international diplomacy efforts today. It shows how humanity often finds itself unprepared for the consequences of war and technology. The recent conflicts in Ukraine and in Gaza highlight the dangerous unpredictability of war, where civilian populations can become collateral damage, or in the case of the Kanakistanians, in those jets, missile fodder. So this film it does serve as a cautionary tale about how technology created to protect or assert dominance can spiral out of control. This mirrors modern concerns about artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and advanced missile systems, which are key factors in current military strategies worldwide. So what are the takeaways here? Well, The Last Missile is more than just a Cold War relic. It's a warning about the unchecked use of technology for destructive purposes. Where did that missile come from? Was it an alien thing? Did it come from some rogue nation with technology beyond their understanding of the day? They never really fully explained that, although we're led to believe it's alien, I think. Today, as the threat of World War III looms, the film asks us to reflect on how prepared we are for such a disaster, whether through diplomacy or technological safeguards. It also challenges us, I think, to consider how close we might be to similar devastation if these conflicts continue to escalate. And I'd say unchecked, but we're sort of trying to check them, and yet they remain unchecked because the snowball is already rolling down the hill. It's very difficult to stop it at this point, I think. The film's message does serve as a timeless call for diplomacy, caution, and ultimately the prevention of global destruction. We're still grappling with the same existential questions today as when the last missile first hit the silver screen. And that's where we're at. Really, I don't know that we're any further ahead in 2024 than we were in 1958. Indeed, feels like we're maybe a whole lot closer to nuclear annihilation today than we were back then. And maybe it is time to pray for peace. With that in mind, I leave you, Maverick family. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the flip side.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.